forming process. Forming process is one of the sheet metal working process. It is manufacturing process by which we will form the shape and size by the application of the force on the particular material. These forces produces stresses in the material. That produced stresses may be higher than the yield stresses and less than the fracture strength of the material. If the temperature at which this forming process is carried out is greater than recrystallization temperature, then that forming process is called as hot forming process. And if the temperature at which forming process is carried out is less than the recrystallization temperature, then that forming process is called as cold forming process. We know very well about that recrystallization temperature. The temperature at which crystalline structure is changing into another structure, or the grains are changing their structure with respect to the temperature. That the temperature is called as a recrystallization temperature. Basically, this recrystallization temperature is the scale or reference point for us to classify. So its process is a hot working process, and so process is a cold working process. And also this forming process is like rolling and forging, drawing, and other sheet metal process. This forming process creates a curved bed. There are two types of forming process mainly. They are steady state forming and unsteady state forming. In the steady state forming, if the zone in which plastic deformation is enforced, if it changes continuously, then that is called as an unsteady state forming. If the plastic deformation in which the zone is enforced, if the size and the shape of the body remains same as the time changes, then that forming is called as a steady state forming. Let us discuss the mechanism of forming by uniform deformation energy method. In forming operation of metals, uniform deformation of metal is to be provided for better forming of the component. There is a method or mechanism which is available to have the better formation or forming. That method is known as uniform energy method. Forming process is the permanent change in the shape of the metal due to plastic deformation under the action of forces, external forces. Once we apply the external forces on the body or a metal or a material, the stresses will be induced in that material. The induced stresses will be greater than the yield stresses and lesser than the fracture strength or fracture stress of the material. When a metal is heated and deformed under the mechanical forces, an energy level will be reached. When the energy level reached, the old grain structure starts disintegrating itself, and simultaneously new grain structure starts with the reduced grain size. This is a very important point in the metal forming process. The important point in the uniform, one more important point in the uniform deformation energy method is that in the component which is under the forming process is changing its cross section uniformly. That is when this forming process is undergoing under the on a metal by the application of both heat and mechanical forces. There is a change in its cross section takes place. That change will be the uniform throughout the cross section of the body or a metal. The deformation energy helps the metal to undergo a crystal changes permanently. Crystal changes permanently means there is no change in the shape once we remove the forces. That means the body will not come to its original shape. Let us discuss the stretching forming process, or simply stretch forming process. You know very well about the meaning of stretch. Okay, stretch means pulling the metal or a metal sheet. Here, being the work job or workpiece is a metal, there is a lot of force needed to stretch the metal sheet. For that, we have one setup which is shown in the figure. This is the metal sheet. Under this metal sheet, we have to form the required job. So first, this metal sheet is taken and fixed in the holding jaws. These holding jaws will be operated by the hydraulic principle. See, by the application of hydraulic principle, as the jaws are pulling or stretching, there existing certain changes in the metal sheet. This stretching of the metal sheet takes place till this metal sheet reaches to the plastic deformation. At that plastic state, we will apply certain force through the die block. The die block continuously raises up into the metal sheet. So, whatever the shape of the die is having, the same shape will be impressed on that metal sheet. So, this is the permanent process. And also, after removing the load, this metal sheet will not come back to its original shape. What is the main and important benefit with this stretch forming process is we can reduce the spring back effect. In blanking and piercing operation, there is a problem of setback. In the bending operation, there is a problem of setback or spring back effect. What is meant by this spring back effect? Once we apply certain load or a force on a body to have the bend, after removal of load or a force, that bent body may come back to its original state because of the elasticity property. So this is undesirable. We have to avoid this effect. This is called as a spring back effect. So by using stretching forming process, we are removing the spring back effect, and we are overcoming it by doing this sheet metal work in a plastic state. Here, what is the point? It is a forming process especially used to overcome the effect of spring back. In this process, the metal sheet is completely deformed in a plastic state, thereby eliminating the spring back effect. The equipment consists of a die block and holding jaws. These jaws are operated by hydraulic principle. The sheet of uniform thickness is held in these jaws and stretched continuously till this metal sheet reaches to the plastic state. When it reaches to the plastic state, then the this die block is raised up to shape the sheet metal as shown in figure. Thus, the sheet metal is formed into the shape of a die. This process is simple and efficient. The main drawback with this stretch forming process is it is difficult to form intricate shapes and form the holes on the sheet, because as we are stretching the metal sheet, they maybe gets damaged. This is only suitable for sheets of uniform thickness. Let us discuss the superplastic forming. What is meant by superplastic forming? Generally, we know the meaning of superconductivity, a superphosphate, or super. This indicates cent percent or supersonic like this. So here we are taking the same concept for this superplastic forming also. So whenever we are able to form the or do the sheet metal working on the sheets which are able to elongate 100%, then we can call it as a superplastic forming. What are the materials most commonly used in superplastic forming? They are aluminum alloys, titanium alloys, and two-phase stainless steel. So what are the applications? Wherever are the fields we may use this aluminum alloys, which may we may do the superplastic forming. Aluminum alloys are preferably used in the production of civil aircrafts, railway coaches, window frames, seat structures, ventilation ducts, and architecture panels. And titanium alloys. Titanium alloys are preferably used in the production of hard parts or handling the hard air or hard fluids in civil aircrafts and jet engine components. In these two, compressed air and hot gases will plays a very important role. So the components which are used to are metal sheets which are used to produce the components must withstand a higher temperature. So we will choose the titanium alloys to show that sheet metal working. Next, two-phase stainless steel. These materials are preferably used in manufacture of military aircrafts.